Good morning, my dear lovable student. I hope you all are fit and fine. As you know, in this corona pandemic, we are providing you hard copy online study material, and we are trying our level best to teach you. And whatever we are providing you in hard copies, you should read out at your home. And today's chapter is in Standard 7 SST, and the chapter is chapter 3, Earth movements and major landforms. So today we will learn about this chapter about Earth movement and major landforms and earthquakes, about what is earthquakes, what is formation of mountains, what is formation of major landforms, about some volcanoes. So let's go to the topic. We will know. This is your SST book, Around the World, a book of social science, and this is the chapter Earth movements and major landforms. And here is the hard copy I have prepared for you. So let's go to the topic. First we have movements of the Earth. Initially, scientists were of the opinion that the position of the continents and the oceans were fixed. So students, we know very well that there are 7 continents and 5 oceans in the world, and these continents and these oceans are fixed at one place. That scientist opinion. And it was discovered that the continents were in a state of constant motion. In a state, there is a continent in constant motion, and the movement was due to changes taking place inside our dynamic Earth. And then in 1912, Professor Alfred Wegener, a German meteorologist, suggested the theory of continental drift. There is a theory of continental drift. Who has discovered the theory? The name is Professor Alfred Wegener in 1912, a German meteorologist. And then, according to him, all the continents were what is his opinion? According to him, all the continents were once joined together as the supercontinent known as Pangaea. What is Pangaea? There will be a question. What is Pangaea? According to him, according to Professor Alfred Wegener, the continents were once joined together as one supercontinent known as Pangaea. Okay. According to the theory of plate tectonics, the lithosphere is composed a number of plates known as lithospheric plates. In lithosphere, in this theory of plate tectonics, the lithosphere has several plates, and these plates are known as lithospheric plates. The Earth's movements are divided into 2 categories. There are two types of Earth movements. We will know what is the 2 types of Earth movements. The forces which act in the interior of the Earth are called endogenic forces, and the forces that work on the surface of the Earth are called exogenic forces. The interior part which act in the interior Earth are called, the interior force is called endogenic force, and the external force is called exogenic force. Formation of major landforms. What is formation of major landforms? Plate tectonics create slow movements of the Earth that form continents. What is plate tectonics? I told you before, the lithospheric is composed of the plates known as lithospheric plates, and this theory is called theory of plate tectonics. And these plate tectonics create slow movements of the Earth that form continents, ocean beds, mountains, plateaus, and plains, as well as sudden Earth movements, leading to volcanic activities and earthquake. And these plate tectonics create these Earth movements like continents, ocean beds, mountains, plateaus, etc. And then geologists are of the opinion that when the convection current in the asthenosphere ascends, then the geologist has stated that when the convection current in the arthosphere ascends. Formation of mountains. What is formation of mountains? The formation of mountains is attributed to the movement of lithosphere plates, giving rise to horizontal or orogenic movements. Such movements result in folding and faulting of the earth's crust and are responsible for the formation of mountains. And here the movement of lithosphere plate is horizontal or orogenic movements, and these such movements are results. These such movements result in faulting and folding. This is responsible for formation of mountains. This is the formation of mountains. And folding. What is folding? The major mountains chains of the world, namely the Rockies of North America and the Andes of South America, the Alps of Europe and the Himalayas of India are examples of fold mountains. What are fold mountains? And these four mountains are fold mountains, namely Rockies of North America, Andes of South America, Alps of Europe and Himalayas of India. Fold mountains formed in recent geological period are called young fold mountains, which are formed in recent geological period are called young fold mountains, and which are formed during early geological period is called old fold mountains. And these are two fold mountains, old fold mountains and young fold mountains. What is faulting? When plates move, stresses and strains occur in the lithosphere, giving rise to fissures and fractures. This causes large scale displacement of the rock structures, which is known as faulting. What is faulting? When plates move, stresses and strains occur in lithosphere, while lithosphere giving rise to fissures and fractures. While lithosphere giving rise to fissures and fractures, the plates move, stresses and strains, and this causes large scale displacement of the rock. When the rock displacement in this large scale, and this process is called faulting. The uplifted part is known as horst or block mountain, and the soft-sided part is referred to as graben or rift. There are two sides, and the uplifted part is known horst or block mountain, and the soft-sided part is referred to as graben or rift valley. Then we will know about volcanoes. What is volcanoes? The sudden movements which originate from within the earth can cause volcanic eruption. In the ancient times, the volcano was known as the mountain of fire. Actually, it is not a mountain. A volcano is an opening in the earth's crust. Volcano, what is volcano? Volcano is not a mountain. It is the opening in the earth's crust. Okay, then through which molten rock and gases erupt from deep inside the world. It is the earth's crust which through with molten rock and gases erupt from deep inside the earth. In the earth there are molten rock and gases erupt. That is the volcanoes. Types of volcanoes. Volcanoes can be classified into the following types of the basis of their frequency of eruption. For basis of frequency of the eruption, volcanoes are classified in three parts. What are the three parts? Active volcanoes, dormant volcanoes and extinct volcanoes. Then distribution of volcanoes. Most of the volcanoes occur near the earthquake belts around the Yangtze mountains. When the earthquake belts around the Yangtze mountains, there are most of the volcanoes occur. The first, number one, the great number of the world's active volcanoes are found in a circular belt around the Pacific Ocean known as Circum-Pacific Belt or the Pacific Ring of Fire. This is the first point. A great number of world's active volcanoes are found. There are a long time ago, there are a great numbers of volcanoes are found in the Pacific Ocean, near the Pacific Ocean. That's why the These volcanoes known as Circum-Pacific Belt or the Pacific Ring of Fire. And then the mid-continental belt of Mid-World Mountain Belt runs along the middle of Europe and Asia and includes certain very important volcanoes like Vesuvius in Italy, Mt. Stromboli, Mt. Etna, Sicily, etc. And then we will know about earthquakes. What is earthquakes? Tremors and vibrations in the crust of the earth are called earthquakes. This is the main point. You should remember it. Tremors and vibrations in the crust of the earth are called earthquakes. And most of the earthquakes are a result of the action of the internal forces of the earth, and they generally occur due to sudden movements of the earth core. Why earthquake occurs? And this is the reason. Most of the earthquakes are result of the action of internal forces. When the earth's internal forces and they generally occur due to sudden movements. The internal forces, when suddenly movements of the earth crust, the earthquakes occur. The point in the interior of the earth from where the earthquake tremors originate is called focus or the seismic focus. And the scientists record or measure the earthquake with the help of instrument called seismograph. There will be a question, how we can measure the earthquake? And this is the answer. Scientists, the earthquake can be measured with the help of an instrument. It's called seismograph. And what is and the science of study of the earthquake is called seismology. And then there is a seismologist named Charles F. Richter, the US seismologist. The intensity of tremors caused by an earthquake is measured on Richter scale, the scale in which we can measure the earthquake, which is caused by the intensity of tremors, is measured on Richter scale, and the scale is named after the US seismologist Charles F. Richter. And then protection measures. To avoid loss on such a large scale, following precautions should have been taken. Okay. Then what are the points? Buildings should have been supported by strong pillars. The buildings should have been in a simple rectangular plan. We can avoid the loss of such large scale. When we are going to build a building, we should have been supported by strong pillars and should have been in simple rectangular plan. Okay, then the second point is long walls should have been supported by reinforced concrete columns. The concrete columns help to stay strong while the earthquakes occurs. And the third point is, if the region is an earthquake prone area, the house should have been made up of wood. If the area is prone area, then we should make the building with wood, help of wood. Then distribution of earthquakes. No part of the earth is free from earthquakes. There is no part in this earth will remain from earthquakes, but in some area earthquakes occur more frequently. The main earthquake belts on earth are as under. Okay, there are some parts we are living in this area. The earthquake is very little, but some of the areas earthquake is there are several times earthquakes occurs, and we will know these areas. the Circum-Pacific belt, the first area Circum-Pacific belt, it includes the regions of Rockies and Indus Mountains. Regions of Rockies and Indus Mountains on the western margins on Japan, Philippines, Indonesia, etc. This is the area where the Circum-Pacific belt occurs. This belt experiences about 70% of all earthquakes. The 70% earthquakes occurs here only. And Mid-World Mountain Earthquake Belt. The belt coincides with the Mid-World Belt of mountains, including the Alps Mountains in the Mediterranean region, Caucasus and Himalayas. It extends further in the Indonesian islands. In this area occurs only Mid-World Mountain Earthquake Belt. Okay, and these are all the topic, and I have provided the hard copy here. You should read it out at home. Stay safe, stay home. Thank you. Good luck.